your views matter.
रेडियो जिंदगी 1170 AM पे वेलकम लिसनर्स, मैं हूं आपके साथ ईरा। शो लेके आए हैं द शाह पिराली लॉ शो, ब्रॉट यू बाय द शाह पिराली लॉ ग्रुप। अटॉर्नी शाह पिराली जॉइंस अस फ्रॉम नाउ टिल 11 AM, यानी कि अब से लेके ऑलमोस्ट 1 घंटा 55 मिनट्स तक ही इज ऑन एयर विद अस। अटॉर्नी शाह पिराली इज द फाउंडर, प्रेसिडेंट एंड मैनेजिंग अटॉर्नी ऑफ द शाह पिराली लॉ ग्रुप in Newark, California. He is a member of the American Immigration Lawyers Association as well as the State Bar of California. He is a passionate advocate of human rights, civil rights, social action and social services, and he has a strong interest in and knowledge of the political legal system in the US. अपना जो लॉ ग्रुप है, उन्होंने ये जो शाह पिराली लॉ ग्रुप है वो उन्होंने इसीलिए बनाया था ताकि वो और उनकी टीम काम कर सके कुछ ऐसे कॉजेज के लिए जिनके बारे में उनको बहुत स्ट्रांगली लगता है कि कुछ होना चाहिए। जैसे कि इनका जो लॉ ग्रुप है दैट फोकसेस ऑन इमिग्रेशन लॉ विद एन एम्फेसिस ऑन एम्प्लॉयमेंट बेस्ड इमिग्रेशन। और बे एरिया में एम्प्लॉयमेंट बेस्ड इमिग्रेशन को लेके कितने सवाल होते हैं, कितने डाउट्स होते हैं, हर एक केस यूनिक होता है। तो लिसनर्स, अगर आपके पास में कोई सवाल है या आपको किसी भी बात में ज़रूरत पड़ती है तो आप बात कीजिए अटॉर्नी शाह पिराली और उनकी टीम के साथ में। ऑफिसेज हैं उनके न्यूयॉर्क में, सैन फ्रांसिस्को में and Washington DC में। You can pick up the phone and give them a call on 510-742-5887. You can log on to their website for more information about them कि आपको कौन कौन से एरियाज में वो मदद कर सकते हैं। प्राइमरीली एम्प्लॉयमेंट बेस्ड इमिग्रेशन, लेकिन फैमिली लॉ वगैरह भी उनकी टीम जो है वो हैंडल करती है। नंबर है 510-742-5887 and the website is piralilaw.com. That's PEERALLYLAW.com. But right now, if you'd like to ask him any questions during the show, feel free to call us on 510-657-1170. That's 510-657-1170. We invite you to call us right now, as you know, as long as the show is on. 510-657-1170. So without any further ado, Attorney Shah, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Ara. Good morning to all the listeners. As you know, 1 week has passed now since Biden took power, and a lot of things have been moving, and finally this time he took the power, although they're still giving a hard time, and we don't know if Donald Trump will be impeached or not. Well, he's impeached, but we don't know if he's going to be convicted. That's a different story. But anything I'm going to tell you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. So this is the situation that we are having right now. So we are going to have a lot of things happening. Well, a lot of things happened actually in the past 1 week. For one, we saw a lot of a big situation of changes. For one, the Muslim ban finally got rescinded. So now people from Iran and many other countries, 7 other countries, will be able to apply normally, like everybody applies from other countries. That's one good news. Also, today I heard the prison system, the DOJ is no longer going to have those private prisons. As you know, most of those private prisons were used to actually kind of create a situation where many kids were put in those jail thanks to those private prisons, and a lot of them benefited from the agony of those poor children. That's another good news. The other things is also they will resume a lot of work at the U.S. Embassy, a bunch of stuff. So we're going to see in the next coming weeks more things coming up. But today we're going to talk a little bit about the new H-1B rule, which is going to probably be challenged in court. But as you know, there's new effective rule that will be effective actually on March 9, 2021 about the H-1B caps.
Okay.
In the past, people were applying for the H-1B. You have to go to the lottery, right? last year, the year before that, in 2019, you apply your H-1B, and then if you get selected in the lottery, then they process it. And then in 2020, it was changed to you do a pre-selection in the lottery. If you make it to the lottery, then you apply for H-1B, which was kind of a good law, actually, good thing, because a lot of people don't have to spend the money, just apply for applications. But now, before Trump left, and we call them those midnight rulings, midnight regulations, because it was passed just a few days before power changes. He put some very strict rules on the H-1B to be selected. For one, now they're going to use the level 4. If for those who understand H-1B, you have 4 levels usually on the salary side. You have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Usually level 4 is the highest salary. So what will happen according to this new rule is they're going to give priority to only those who give level 4 wages. So let's say, for example, you employ someone and you are paying $100,000, and another person is going to pay $150,000. The $150,000 are going to get priority in the lottery. That doesn't mean a lot of people are confused. They think the lottery system is gone. It's not really gone. It's still going to happen, but they will first give priority to those who have with higher salary.
But I have a question. If it's lottery, how do they know why? Before the lottery is drawn, how do they know what what is going to come out in lottery? So are you saying that maybe they'll
no before they even going to put it in the lottery, they're going to select all the salaries.
Okay.
That means it's going to be more work for USCIS, and I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to punch in probably all the salaries first, sorted by the salary. So if you requested a salary of 100,000, others had requested 140,000, the 140,000 will get priority over you first.
Right. Okay.
Then whatever is left, let's say you get there are 80,000 total, right? 60,000 plus 20,000 of H-1B cap. So there's master's cap 20,000, and then the 60. It will all be 80,000, right? And then the 80,000. Let's say you have the applications will go in order of the salary. So if you have 70,000 people applying and they have high salaries, then it will keep going on the salary side. Then the next 10,000 will keep going like that. So it will keep moving like downward, and those who apply have the lowest salary are not going to even get into the lottery. Then now, let's say they get 100,000 with the same salary, then the lottery will be applied to them.
Got it.
So that's the way it's going to work. But the problem is that, for one, we have this memorandum that came from Biden that these are midnight regulations, so they're going to block them for a little bit. Plus, there will be lawsuits blocking the whole thing. So I don't know if we should kind of really consider this will happen. There's a big chance that, since Biden is not going to fight it, and if there will be lawsuits from the side of the people, so there's a big chance this will not really happen. So I want you to not get too much worried about it for the newcomers. But of course, if Biden continues on the same path, which I doubt he is, because he's pretty much siding with the liberals right now. Actually, he's more liberal than most people would imagine. And that means there's a big chance this law will never take effect. So at this point in time, I will highly recommend that you go ahead and not worry about it too much, because I think it's not going to hold. But if it does, the salary will matter. So basically, there will be a lottery if in case they don't meet the number of salary. But the truth is that if they put it this way, the lottery doesn't really work as a lottery. It will be the highest salary. So, for example, level 4 is 150,000. If the employer is offering 160,000, he will get priority. If everybody else is offering only 150, he's offering a little bit above that. It's like bidding, right? So those who are going to be the highest bidder is going to get it. So not get it, but at least make it to the lottery. Then, of course, the case will have to go to the processing. If it goes through, it qualifies for H-1B. Of course, it has to meet all the other requirements of an H-1B. Then you will be making it to the H-1B. So basically, it's going to be a bidding on the salary, which the biggest problem is that right now we are in a situation of a downturn, right, in the economy. Although today we had the stock market going well, but that doesn't mean anything for the real business. At the end of the day, it will be how things are going to unfold, and as such, you're going to see a lot of companies backing off from H-1B because nobody's going to pay a salary $150,000 for a job that's supposed to pay only $70,000. So they can make an effort because they really need the employee up to $100,000, but that means basically you're going to have an issue. Now, if everybody, for example, in the apply and don't use level 4, they all apply under level 2, which is like $120,000, it would still give priority to those who gave this higher salary, $120,000. Let's say another one comes with $100,000, so he will be second in the list. But then remember, there will be like thousands of applications. So this is going to be very tricky how they're going to really kind of sort this out. I'm really kind of perplexed how they're going to do that. So we'll have to wait and see. It is possible to do it, but they will have to open the package, put the salary in. Then after that, if they don't have enough, then they will move to the lottery. But at the end of the day, it will go. The lottery itself will happen through the salary, whatever you're offering the employee. So that's the simple kind of way to understand that, and I hope people understand what I'm saying here, because it's like a bidding system. Whoever bids the highest is going to be selected in the lottery. That's pretty much how it's going to work. Any question on your side?
No. What the information that you're giving is pretty great, and it is quite helpful. I would like to in fact remind the listeners that if they have any questions, they are most welcome to call us right now on 510-657-1170. This is the studio number, listeners. 510-657-1170. Call us right away. You can speak to Attorney Shah Pirali right now, and Attorney Sharif will probably be joining us, right, Attorney Shah? He'll be joining us in some time.
Yes, I was going to say that. Hopefully Sharif will join us in the next 10-20 minutes. Okay. And we're going to talk about EB1 and a little bit of what's happening on the immigration front.
Absolutely.
But any specific question, feel free to reach out to us. You can call the studio number right now, or you can call our office, 510-742-5887. Yes, so the H-1B situation is going to be a tricky one on the side of the companies, because many of the companies will not be able to afford this kind of salary, or it will not even make sense. And that's the whole idea behind it, that the Trump administration, I keep saying that, I don't know how to call it, the other guy's administration, I don't even want to call him president. So the other guy's administration kind of put there, and just like many of his midnight regulations, as we call it, a lot of things are happening in a way which is very unfair, definitely. But the good news is Biden is getting strong because we have the Senate, and that will help a lot on making people. On helping things move forward. And as many attorneys have noticed now, the USCIS is a little bit more polite in getting things moving. And for those who have been waiting for their biometrics, biometrics are coming out. One question someone asked me, they said the H4EAD premium is back here, but I have not really seen it, so I don't want to confirm it. Although the law was signed by Trump, I have not seen the USCIS really giving the instructions on that. So until I get that, I cannot really tell people, yes, this is here. So bear with me. Hopefully next week I'll talk about that if it is there. If not, then we won't talk about it. But so it is actually kind of a very tricky kind of situation, because the law was signed, but it didn't really kind of made it in front of the USCIS.
Okay.
So until that, we won't be able to kind of tell people, yes, you can go for premium and H4 and H4 EAD. So hang in there. Let's hope we get something clearer soon. But at this point in time, I don't see anything really kind of working for that H4 EAD kind of premium processing.
Attorney Shah, we have a caller over here. Let's take this call and see what they'd like to ask you. Hello, you're on air with Attorney Shapir Ali. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Please go ahead.
Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm calling from New Delhi. My situation is my 140 is approved and my priority date is also current. But I want to know what is the best way for me to come down to US.
Okay, so your I-140 is approved and you are right now in Delhi, right? So one thing you need to find out if your company that filed for your I-140 is willing to continue the processing of your green card, which means what they can request is to process the case to the U.S. Embassy. Okay, so it's a consular processing, just like H-1B being processed. It takes a little bit longer time because the problem is that they will, when you have a situation like that, which date is current for you? Is it the processing date or the final action date?
Final action date. I mean,
okay, good.
The one which is,
yeah. So you need to get things moving. Talk to the company who owns your I-140 and let them know if they can process the case at the U.S. Embassy for you. If they can, then definitely your case will be good to go. Then you can the case will be processed. It will take some time, like 6 to 8 months, but you can come straight on your green card. And if you need help, you can give us a call. We can handle it for you. But you need to talk to the company ASAP. But if the company is not willing to do that, then you will have to revive your H-1B, come with another company on the H-1B, and then file a new labor certification, take that priority date, and then file for your green card to adjustment of status.
Yeah, so company is very much willing. In fact, they are looking for a project. They were quite negative about the consular processing. They said, it will take a lot of time and, you are not sure and it is a lot of scrutiny out over there. So what they are saying is that, is this a fact like for people having I-140 approved, you don't need to go through this lottery and this quota or H1 quota?
Yes, you don't have to. But you don't need H1. What I'm talking about is a straight green card, which means there's no need for projects. If they start your process for the green card, it might take 5-6 months, but let's say by that time you get an H1B, perfect. You just come in on the H1B, and then you do adjustment of status. But if you are delayed, at least your green card is continuing being processed. So you have to make it a strategic move, right? So it is worth it to get them to start the process, to consular processing for the green card until they find a project. Then they bring you for the H-1B because the green card doesn't require actually a project, right?
Okay, and you have got your India office also where I can communicate and
no, I don't have an office in India, not anymore. But you can call the office on our number 510-742-5887. We handle all our cases in the U.S. and you can talk to us and we will be glad to work on it for you, no problem.
Can you repeat the number, please?
I will repeat the number. The number is 510-742 5887.
5887.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Just call and then we'll be glad to call you back.
Thank you. Thank you very much for Thank you very much for calling and asking a question. If you're unable to remember the number, listeners, remember you can log on to the website and get all this information, peeralilaw.com. That's PEERALLYLAW.com. Call on this number or log on to the website and get more information about how Attorney Shah and his team can help you. Attorney Shah, meanwhile, let's continue our discussion and I'll try and get Attorney Sharif on the phone.
Yes, so basically this is so it is a situation where we are seeing a situation where people are Sharif is there? No, not yet, right?
No, not yet.
You told me Sharif is not. Yeah. So right now there's a lot of confusion because a lot of laws was passed the last minute, and then a lot of people are confused and they are upset and everything, but you have to really understand that there's only so much the administration can do, and so far they have done pretty good. Within 1 week, so many things have been reversed in our favor, and we are hoping more to come. But they have to a little bit be more conscious what they want to do. So at the end of the day, I would like people to understand that you have to understand all the dynamics that are happening. For one, the political problem. For two, COVID, which is big, has shut down a lot of things. And a lot of times people will call me and say, okay, how come last time my friend did it and it went through this that much time? But everything has changed with COVID, right? So it is not the same thing that you expected. Like 1 year ago, things were very different. Plus, we had Donald Trump at that time, and things were more messy. But hopefully, things are going to be cleaner now with a better director of the USCIS. Hopefully, and as Sharif was saying last time, he's a lot more experienced, and he's an immigrant himself, kind of. His family and so it is his family, his relatives are. So he will be more. He will probably be more receptive to the immigrant population. But at the end of the day, your case has to be done properly. Just because Biden is here doesn't mean you will get this a free slide. You will still have to prepare your case properly, make sense, etc., etc. So doesn't really kind of trying to basically kind of try to shortcut your ways. You still have to do the work, your case properly, and this is where we can help. If you need help, 510-742-5887. And the other thing that I wanted people to really kind of understand is that we have a situation right now of uncertainty on certain aspects of the law, because some of the things that Biden will be able to reverse, some he won't be able to, and some will some people are going to try to sue when he's trying to reverse those. So be ready for that too, just like we sued when we didn't want certain things to be done by Trump. The other way around also will happen. But we are hoping that the way Biden are handling things, it will not be an easy thing for them to sue and try to reverse bad decisions from the Trump administration. Now, having said that, there are many other things that we can expect to happen. Now, a lot of people are asking also the question about who's going to be entitled to that new proposition of Biden, people who are in the United States, 8 years to get past the citizenship. I really don't have the details of that because this has not been finalized. So, and once this is, if you look on his website, there are some kind of propositions. So let's see how this is going to. But luckily, the fact that now they have both the houses, the House and the Senate, we might see some real immigration reform, which has not happened for 15 years, 16 years now. More than that, since 1997, it didn't happen. So we are going to see major changes. And now, how is it going to affect people already on a legal status? We don't know, because there's nothing that told us that they will be included in that, because those are going to be set for a certain community, because they're going to take certain risks too, a bit like DACA did. So we will have to, because I'm pretty sure if he tries to pass such a law, there will be lawsuit on that. So you can bet, because a lot of those groups who are anti-immigration, or those even pro-immigration, will be upset because people who have been waiting in the line will not get anything. But at the same time, we have to really kind of understand what is going on on the whole political arena to make sense what is going to happen next. But the good thing is that it seems clearly that excuse me. So it seems clearly that things are forwarding towards the best of to our best. So for us, it's going to be better, because we're going to see some good things coming out, and it's already coming out, like I said. But nothing is clear right now, because Biden has been busy pretty much kind of reversing all the bad stuff that Trump has put out there. So now the question next is what will happen to your applications if your application is done this way or this way. But the thing is just like we are dealing with a very, very more tricky situation now, because now we have so many things happening on the Senate. For one, the impeachment. For two, there are major issues with COVID. So how fast can they really deal with immigration? We have to wait around 100 days to get really a good perspective what is happening. So bear with us and try your best to make things work. And if you need help, give us a call, 510-742-5887. And hopefully you should continue filing on EB1, etc., because there's a big chance that whatever Biden is going to pass as law is not going to really give much in terms of for the legal immigrants, because the whole thing is going to be pretty much geared towards people who have been here for like 20 years and who are unlawfully present, etc., etc. And unfortunately, we are really kind of getting in a situation where there will be probably a friction between legal and what you call quote unquote illegal immigrants. So let's see how things are going to work out. So I don't know if Sharif is there.
No, he's not here, and I've been trying to reach him, but I guess he's probably busy.
Yeah, he's driving, something like that.
Okay.
So any question on your side?
I was actually getting a call, but that call probably got disconnected. Let's see. Hello, you're on air with Attorney Shapir Ali. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Can you turn off the radio in the background, please?
Yeah, I have a question for...
Sure, please go ahead.
Yes, go ahead, sir. I'm listening.
Okay, so I have my brother who is now around 25 years of age, and my father actually filed a case for him, immigration case under the F2B category. And what happened, my father becomes citizen, and then so my brother has to be unmarried to be get benefit of F2B. But now what happened, my brother got married before my father got the citizenship. So is there any way out, because his petition was filed in 2012, and now the current priority date for India is around July 15. So we feel maybe the petition has been rejected internally because we didn't get any communication from USCIS.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a problem. Since he got married before that, you might not be able to revive it. But what you can do, you can try to recapture the date based on the memo. So, but it's very difficult, very, very difficult, because once he gets married before he became a U.S. citizen, it kind of completely kills the case. And I've never been able to really revive it, unfortunately.
Okay, so there is no option.
Yeah. Well, there is you can try to call on humanitarian ground, but it doesn't work because the law is kind of clear on that.
Yeah, actually the mistake that he did, like he filed the visitor visa and then he declared maybe like he declared saying I'm a married person. So because of that, I think they got to know.
Yeah, but then if you had lied about it, it would have been worse, because I had cases where people later they found out that they lied about it, and then what it did.
Yeah, he did not lie about it. He said like I'm married, and maybe like then you
No, he didn't. What I'm saying is that he did well. He could if he had not told them and then later they found out, it would have been a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem, because I had a client who went through this, and when he went to a citizenship, they took away the green card. So the best is to fight it, but unfortunately, there's nothing really kind of where we can actually kind of revive it. That's the unfortunate part of it. Once it's dead, right, in this case now. But what you can do, you can refile a new case and try to recapture that date, because the I-130 was approved, so you can request to recapture that date, and you might be able to get it done. But unfortunately, since the case was also adjudicated at the U.S. Embassy, the chance of this happening is also low. Okay?
Okay. So, just in case, like my father wants to refile as a married son, we can refile it and we can try to recapture the date for F2B. That's what your suggestion is?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for calling and asking
if you need help, let me know.
Question. Yes.
Go ahead.
Definitely get in touch with attorney Shapir Ali after the show if you need to discuss more in detail, or if you need you have any follow-up questions. The office number is 510-742-5887. That's 510-742-5887. The website where you can get more information is peeralilaw.com. That's PEERALLYLAW.com. Listeners, if you have any questions right now, आप जरूर हमें फ़ोन कर सकते हैं स्टूडियो नंबर पर 510-657-1170. That's 510-657-1170. We have Attorney Shapir Ali on air with us till 11 a.m. So we have approximately 23 more minutes to go, 23 more minutes. Attorney Shah, when you were talking about green cards and also undocumented, quote-unquote, illegal immigrants, there was a lot of talk in between also in the past 1 week about green cards that would be issued to undocumented citizens, undocumented residents, let's call them right now. And the only requirement would be that they have to prove that they were living in the US on 1st of January 2021. And then, the rest of it. I think the speech also said it was going to be an 8-year plan for 3 years and then another 5 years or something like that. Could you shed some more light on that?
Well, the plan is basically what you just said. So you have to be present here, but you have to prove also you have been paying taxes and you have been here, and it to be. Yes, go ahead.
When you say paying taxes, how are undocumented residents going to prove that they're paying taxes? Because do they pay taxes?
Yeah, they do. Actually, they use a tax number, tax ID, and they do. Many of them do, because they go and work, and their company wants them to pay taxes, so they retain the taxes. So they use a tax ID. So they will have to match this with them. But that tax part is not finalized. Nothing is finalized, by the way, because that's just a plan. It's a roadmap, right?
Okay.
So we have to wait for the final thing, and that's why a lot of newspapers are making a big fuss about it for whatever reason. But the truth is that it has not really been proposed. The final thing has not been proposed yet. Although on the side of Biden, it's kind of final in his endeavors, but it's not really a final thing. So at the end of the day, it will take some time for them to get it. They won't get it that easy. I don't think so, because otherwise everybody will say, I was here in 2021, give me a green card. It won't work like that. It will have a lot of things that they have to really kind of work through. But at the end, but the main thing that we're going to see, definitely there will be some stuff. I think that they're going to pick the DACA people first. They are the one who are going to get that
in priority.
And they are good, and there are good reasons for the Democrats to do that, because if the Democrats are able to get people right now to a green card, most of the time immigrants vote pro-Democrat, so it will be in their favor to do that. That's another political move, but at the same time there's a humanitarian move. A lot of those people have been living in the U.S. pretty much forever. They don't even know any other country, so it is right to give them a chance. But at the same time now the problem will be what happens to all those people who are applying legally and waiting on there, like people who came on employment base. But I think that will continue the same. They might make it a little bit easier, they might make the dates become current, but the process will be the same, because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where, hey, I'm an undocumented person, I want to try a green card, and if later the government change, they start reversing it like they tried to do on DACA. So bottom line, people who get a chance to file their green card normally should not count on this one, because this is not going to be something that obvious. But at the same time, one thing we know, less and less people are going to get deported. I don't know if you know, the Biden put a block on deportation for 100 days right now.
Just in 1 week, a lot of work has been done. We have a caller over here. Let's speak to them, see what they'd like to ask you.
Sure.
Hello, you're on air with Attorney Shapir Ali.
Hi, good morning, sir. I have a question about my parents. They got their permanent resident card 6 years ago. My dad is 75, mom is 74. Is there any way that they can bypass the English test that's required for the citizenship, or they have to take a full test?
Under the new rule, it has become a little bit more difficult to do that. But how many years they had their green card, you said?
6 years.
10 years?
6
No,
years.
they won't be able to do it now. They have to wait 10 years minimum, then they can do that. They can bypass it. Of course, if they have some kind of mental difficulties, then yes, you can go straight and file it differently. But apart from that, no, you won't be able to really do much on the citizenship side. You will have to learn English, and now they have made it a little bit more difficult. So you need to be ready for that. But no, you won't be able to do it at this point.
Okay. That's all my question is. Thank you, sir.
Sorry for that.
Thank you very much for calling in. We were getting another call while that phone was also ringing, but that's disconnected right now. So listener, if you're still there, if you would like to ask a question, call us right away. Call us right back on the same number 510-657-1170. आप इस नंबर पे फोन कीजिए, अपना सवाल पूछिए. Attorney Shapir Ali is on air. He would love to answer your question and help you out. Let's take this call. Hello, you're on air with Attorney Shapir Ali.
Yes, ma'am.
जी मोहम्मद जी, गुड मॉर्निंग.
गुड मॉर्निंग, हाउ आर यू?
गुड, थैंक यू. बताइए क्या सवाल है आपका?
मैम, हमारी मैम का वीजा रिफ्यूज हो चुका है इस्लामाबाद, एंड आई एम वेटिंग फॉर देयर कॉल.
जी.
लेकिन इन द मीन टाइम आई एम आस्किंग इफ ही कैन गेट अ चांस इन द लॉटरी सिस्टम.
In the lottery system, okay. Attorney Shah?
No, lottery. You're from Pakistan, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I don't know if Pakistan is in the lottery. That's a good question. I have to double check. But if it is, then you can try. What you can do, Mohammed ji, now you can reapply for the entire case
Mohammed
again.
Mohammed ji, can you turn off the radio in the background, please?
Yeah. Hello.
Mohammed ji.
I think.
Mohammed ji, please radio बंद कीजिए background में. Okay, Attorney Shah, please go ahead.
Yes. So basically that.
Hello.
What happened?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So what you can do in your case, depending on the reason of the denial, you might be able to reapply for it because it's your wife. So the waiting time is less, and now we have Biden. You can just reapply the entire case. It might take 1 year, but at least this time it will be done properly, and inshallah she will come. Okay?
Yeah. So you know what happened?
That's another.
In Islamabad, they were refused, and they sent my file to National Visa Center, America, and I am waiting their call.
No, it's not. It didn't go to the National Visa Center. You got what we call a 221G. I'm thinking you do. And what they did, they sent it back to the USCIS. And usually when this happens, the USCIS can reapprove it and send it back to them. Or what you can do is just cancel that old case, refile a new one. It might go faster. Okay?
So there is no problem, huh, sir?
No, it's not no problem. There is problem in the case, but that's one solution because unfortunately right now things are not even though we have Biden, if there's a problem, the problem will always come up. But I'm hoping that the problem is an unfair problem. That means they will fix it this time.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in, Mohammed ji. Absolutely good luck to you. And listeners, if you also have any questions, कोई सवाल है आपके पास, 15 मिनट हमारे पास और हैं, आप कॉल कीजिए on 510-657-1170. Yes, let's continue it, Anisha.
Yeah, so basically now this is the thing.
You said we were talking about green cards and you said DACA would get priority. We're getting another call. Let's take this call first. Hello, you're on air with Attorney Shapir Ali.
Hi, I have a question about my parents. They are in India. I'm a U.S. citizen. Right now, they're not giving the appointment for B1 visa expired. So I was wondering if I can apply for green card. Is the consular processing is also working, or how long it'll take?
Okay. So basically, you are a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So unfortunately, I cannot tell you how much time because the problem is more internal to India right now because of the COVID, and plus, of course, we had all those issues. But yes, the green card will continue being processed. The B1, B2 was blocked mainly because of all those rules from Trump, but also because of the COVID. But it will take around 1 year, 1.5 years. If I were you, I'll go ahead and file for the green card because I don't know when the B1, B2 will be open. But definitely then after you start, you can always try for the B1, B2 when it reopens. There's a chance.
So I can do both B1, B2 and the green card at the same time, is it?
Yes, you can, but the problem is that once you file for the green card, there's a big chance they will deny it. So, so
it's tricky, I guess.
Unfortunately, the situation.
Okay.
So it is unfortunately.
I'll just wait for the B1, B2 to open, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So you can wait and do the B1, B2 first, and then you can go ahead for the green card if you want, or one after the other. So it's I don't know when the B1, B2 basically regular visas will be reopened, but Biden has signed that he wants to reopen most of the stuff. But I think the problem is more internal in India because there's so many backlog applications that they're giving
more because of COVID
priority. Yeah, exactly. It's nothing to really do with the political part. It's just COVID, and that's the part which is unfortunately we can't control. But I think it will be reopened. He's pushing to reopen it because there's a lot of money also for the U.S. in that, so they won't let it go like that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much for calling
good luck
in.
To you.
Thank you, and good luck. Yes, listeners, again, if you have any questions, I will keep repeating the numbers. I know I sound like a broken record, but since a lot of people are driving, they tend to miss out on the number. Studio number है 510-657-1170. That's 510-657-1170. Attorney Shapir Ali के ऑफिस का नंबर है 510-742-5887. So you can either call us right now on this studio number during the show, or you can get in touch with Attorney Shapir Ali after the show on his office number for a detailed and more confidential discussion. So Attorney Shapir, we were talking about green cards and DACA getting priority over everything else. But we also have a caller right now, so let's take this call. Hello, you're on air with Attorney Shapir Ali.
Yes, I have one question. I've got three green card petitions. One is filed by my brother back in 2012. One is filed by my employer in 2018. And another one by my dad, who is a U.S. citizen, under F3 in, I think, 2018. So I was wondering, is there any way, I can get a temporary status or temporary work permit, something.
No, okay, hold on. Your brother filed for you, and who filed for you else? You said three people filed for you, right?
Yeah, three petitions. One was filed by my U.S. citizen brother back in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is on 2018 by my employer under EB2, and third one is by my father under F3 category in 2018.
Okay. No, unfortunately, none of them will give you anything because you're born in India, right? So the only thing that will go faster is probably the employment base, but that's not current because it's 2018. So no, unfortunately, there's nothing out in what you just told me. I can get you at least an EAD.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Sorry for that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ji, let's continue.
So yeah, this is a part. I don't think Sharif will join us because I think he's still driving.
Probably.
He has not been able to probably reach destination because he told me that might be an issue. But anyway, so we're almost finished now. So we're going to talk a little bit about some other issues on immigration, and one of them, of course, is the situation that we are having right now with the shifting of the government, and which are good news for us. But at the same time, we are seeing a lot of kind of weird things happening to the system, because like one of the caller just called, the B1 B2 has been blocked, not really because of the political climate, but because of the COVID, and a lot of places are going to be like that, because England is not allowing people in at all, even out, I think, and so many other countries have locked down. Even New Zealand is locked down completely, and that's the way it will go probably for the next 1 year until the vaccine proves to be effective. That's another issue, because many people are not really confident the vaccine will be effective. So that's a different ball game that we are going to see. So, but the thing is, just like Biden has signed a lot of executive orders asking for things to move at the State Department level. So we are hoping that those guys are going to apply that, because there's still a lot of Trump followers in those places, and they are still kind of resisting. And that's another thing we're going to see happening in the next few months now, or even years, because and luckily you will see Biden has kind of blocked a lot and tried to get rid of many of those people that was in last minute place in positions of power by Trump. But having said that, you still have issues that will be related. For example, we had a TSA appointee by Trump that is very difficult to take out by Biden. So those people are just going to what we call legislate on the bench in law. That means you have a judge basically making his own law, sitting on the bench, and that's the same kind of things that a lot of those guys are going to do in their department. But having said that, I think there will be some checks and balances. But again, like I said, we have the COVID, we have the situation of the coup, we had all the stuff coming at the same time. It will be very hard for him to really kind of monitor this. But luckily, he has put on a very, very good team in every field. Like you probably saw, his appointees a lot from India, a lot from the Middle East, a lot from African American, and mostly a lot of women. And I'm hoping, because that will change the whole dynamic, and things will be worked on in a different angle. Now people are going to see things in a better way for the people, more humanitarian ground, etc. But in order to implement that, it will take some time. And the COVID is not going away. In fact, it's getting worse in some places of the world, and that's a part that there's only so much he will be able to do. But I will recommend that you actually kind of make sure, if you need any help on your case, at least assessing your case, give us a call, 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. So just to recap, I think how much time I have, Ira?
About 5 minutes.
So basically right now I'm going to kind of recap, because that's one thing that a lot of people were asking a couple of weeks. What happens with the new H-1Bs? How are they going to be calculated? As I mentioned earlier, we're going to see a situation where the people with the highest salary are going to get priority. So first of all, you will have to meet the level 4. I think level 2, level 3 will be considered if there's space on the lottery. The lottery is not going away, except before even getting to the lottery, there will be kind of another selection based on salary. Then it goes to the lottery, because but if there's not enough high salary, then there might not need for the lottery. They will have to meet a minimum threshold of level 4, but even level 4 is already a very high salary. Some people will probably pay more just to get on the H-1B. So that's another thing that we are expecting to be reversed, so we don't want to really discuss too much about it, because it will create confusion. So probably this will be reversed by the court or even the Biden administration themselves. But until this happens, we have to be ready and get things going for the people. So if you need any help, like I said, you can call us 510-742-5887. And then another thing we were talking about is a lot of people were asking me, do you have basically kind of a situation where H4 has become premium? We can use premium for H4,
yes.
Or H4 EAD. Yeah, that's the law has been signed, by the way, but it has not really been applied to the USCIS. Although someone called me today and say, "Hey, no, we want this to be applied. It's going to be applied," but I have not seen it yet. So until I really get confirmation, I don't want to tell people it's there, because I have not seen it on the USCIS website. I didn't see any email from American. Well, I didn't see. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm just saying that I've been so busy. I might have seen the email from the American Immigration Lawyers Association.
We have a caller over here, Tanisha. Give me one. Let's quickly take one call. Hello, you're on air with Tanisha Pirali. Hello. Can you please turn off the radio in the background?
Yeah. I have a question about the H4 petition. So I filed for my wife back in April along with my H1. My H1 got approved. The H4 and H4 EAD were filed concurrently, but none of them has been adjudicated. Even we have not received the biometrics appointment. And I tried all the possible I try to contact all USCIS through phone, service request, senator, everything. So what would be the advice that you would give me? And is it okay to stay, the dependents to stay in US?
Okay, let me answer the second part. Yes, she can stay as long as it's pending. As long as it was filed timely. However, getting an answer nobody's getting. It's taking almost 1 year now, according to them, and maybe more, because of that stupid rule Trump put on the fingerprint biometrics for H4. This should never have been there, but that's kind of created a lot of issues, and plus the COVID just hit at the same time. So you're not going to get an answer soon, unfortunately. Everybody's in the same kind of boat right now. But I can tell you one thing. As long as it was properly filed, and it was filed before her H4 expired, you file that I-539. As long as it's pending, she can stay. She won't be able to work until the EAD gets approved if the previous EAD is expired, but she can stay until she gets an answer. It's called a period of authorized stay. So you're allowed to do that. You should not be worried about that part, okay?
Okay, one more question. I did the driving license renewal.
Sir, can't hear you. You did a driver's license renewal.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
And they give us a couple of months validity, but now that validity also is going to expire. So will they approve it again? Give us some kind of period to
that
drive?
I don't know. Unfortunately, you might want to check with them, because I don't have any idea, because this is a state thing. Each state has different thing, but they'll probably give, because of the COVID, they'll probably grant you.
Okay.
So you can try again, and hopefully they will give it to you. Okay. Good luck to you.
Okay.
Wish you all the best, and thank you. And I think we are done, right, Ira? So I wanted to thank all the listeners. Unfortunately, we didn't have Sharif today. We'll probably have him next week. And anything I told you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. Good luck to all of you. Give us a call, 510-742-5887. Thank you, Ira.
Thank you, Attorney Shah. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in. Remember, you can call Attorney Shah Pirali and his team on 510-742-5887. His website is piralilaw.com. That's PEERALLYLAW.com. Stay tuned to Radio Zindagi. Jiye jao.